Plaintiff Jennifer Hopley is suing her ex-boyfriend, Sevdali Steve Ferrati, for phone bills, eBay purchases, and pain and suffering. Jennifer says when she confronted the defendant about his cheating, he moved out and then threatened to kill her. But Steve is countersuing for emotional distress because he claims the plaintiff lied to the police and told them he was following her.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding. You may be seated.
All right, Jennifer Hopley is suing Sevdali Ferrati for an unpaid phone bill, eBay purchases, and pain and suffering. And Sevdali is countersuing his ex-girlfriend for emotional stress and lying to the police. Is that correct?
I don't know if that's the right terminology, but basically, yes.
I got the drift. All right. Now, how did we end up meeting and getting involved in a situation?
At the time, Your Honor, Steve, I worked at a bar, and Steve and I had met that way.
Steve? Is that what they call you?
Yes.
Steve. Okay. So you meet Steve at a bar.
We began a relationship in January of 06. April of 06, I have multiple sclerosis. I became very sick. Steve kind of became my caregiver, boyfriend, / doctor, driver, everything. He took care of my daughters, drove them back to school, and he was real good with them, helping with their homework, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, so we're saying all good things about him. So where's the breakdown?
Anywhere from March to April of this year. And there was a lot of changes in him, a lot of changes in his behavior, there's a lot of changes in the way he'd act. He completely changed his friends.
Is he living with you?
Yes.
At your place?
At my home.
Okay.
No job the whole time we were together. None. Didn't pay a bill. Except his cell phone bill.
So when you end up moving in with her, when Jennifer finds out she has MS and you're helping her out, which impresses me, are you not working at the time?
Yes.
Okay. Who's paying the bills?
She was, for the most part.
Okay. And what's the deal with the cell phone?
She took it from me. I had paid my cell phone bill consistently ever since she got me on her plan. And then the day of the actual fight, she literally snatched it out of my hand. And
tell me about the fight. What happens, Jennifer?
He had went to a funeral for his one of his friends' grandmother passed away. The fight came as soon as he walked in the door, and I said something to him about his instant messaging, and he's like, "Oh, I'm leaving," and I'm like,
"What about the instant messaging?" Because
during our relationship, he said that was just his friend. He said a lot of things about Mrs. Jeffers, his witness, a lot of different things about her. But needless to say, I've got a paper here where the day of the funeral where he was so upset that he instant messaged her probably about 25 times during the funeral.
All right, so on the day that he is allegedly at the funeral, you know that he's IMing his witness here.
Yes, oh yeah.
So he walks in the door, so what do you say to him? By the way, how do you find out he's instant messaging her?
Because I'm on the computer checking the bill. I check the bill periodically. And just because he was denying what he was doing, and I knew what he was doing, he'll deny it to this day. I was just trying, being a woman and crossing my eyes.
So you were suspicious and you confirmed it.
Yeah.
So he says, "No, I'm not instant messaging her. I'm at the funeral."
That's when he said he was leaving, and he can have whatever friends he can. And I'm like.
So you have an argument over your witness, and you just storm out. You say, "I'm leaving."
No, that's not at all how it happened. I came from a funeral. Funerals upset me. And it wasn't his grandmother, it was his mom, my friend's mom that passed away. I came from there. She was on the computer. As I walked in the door, she was on the computer. I sat down. I really didn't care about talking to anybody about anything at that point in time. Just wanted to relax for a minute. First thing she does is gets up and wants to talk about whatever. I don't remember exactly. I said, "Jennifer, I just came from the funeral. They upset me. I really don't have the mood to talk." And without using the words that she used, "You don't want to talk to me, but you'll bleep, 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 talk to Mrs. Jeffers." And I just kind of stood there froze because I didn't really know what to say. I wasn't.
So what did you say after you unfroze?
Nothing. I said, "What are you talking about, Jennifer?" Well, then she went on again about, "Well, you don't want to talk to me, but you'll."
Yeah, right.
She went on
then
to the
what
text
happens?
messaging. She snatched her cell phone, my cell phone at the time, out of my hand. Told me to get what's curse words, get out, and she wanted me to leave less than 10 minutes later.
Did you leave?
Yeah, I had to. It's her place.
All right. Tell me.
That's not even how.
Let's start. Did you snatch the phone out of his hand?
I took the phone out of his hand.
Did you tell him to leave?
He said he was leaving. I said, you can go.
How much do you say he owes you in the phone bills?
The phone bills, they come up to...
Do you believe you owe her any money for phone bills?
When I left that house, there was $100 in her bank account from the same thing. The other part, what she's suing me on, I had put money into her account in order to use her credit card to pay for stuff I bought off eBay. There was $100 I'd left in there for anything I needed other than what I'd used previously.
$100 in what account?
Her checking account at the time.
So you can deposit money in her checking account?
Through her, yes.
How much?
It's all circled.
I've got $89.40. All right, I'm going to help you out. And then I have $109. What is this? $10 credit for lowering the plan. $5 messaging. Okay, no, I'm not doing this. How much do you owe her for the phone?
No, I don't owe her anything.
When did you move out?
August 6th.
August. Okay. Did he have $100 in your checking account?
No, he didn't have a job. He was not working. He had
$100 in her checking account.
I can't.
Boy, we got a lot of problems here. All right, why are you here? Come on up. Tell me your name.
Sherry Gutierrez.
Hi, Sherry. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Talk to me.
Steve owes Jennifer close to $3,500, and
How do you know this, Sherry?
because I was there a lot of the time all this went on.
Can you tell me whether or not he had paid for
He
phone
hasn't
bills
paid
at all?
for it, no. And he hasn't paid for his eBay bill.
Tell me about the eBay bill. What does that entail?
Here's my receipts for everything, actually, ma'am.
Here, Sherry, I'm going to have the court officer give this to you. You can
Okay.
figure out what he owes in phone bills because that's not my job.
Those are my receipts for the items that I paid.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to talk to Steve now. I've got a Panasonic top-of-the-line CD receiver, $145, total $160. Are these items that you're buying or selling on PayPal?
Those are all items that I bought off eBay. I don't sell
Okay,
anything off
you're
eBay.
buying items on PayPal. How are you buying items if you're not working?
Ma'am, I've had money. Here's 2 settlements. Here's part of the settlements I got in the last year and a half to prove to you that I had money.
$383. So here's the bottom line. You are buying items on her eBay account,
Yes.
and you're telling me that you're paying her back.
Yes.
All
Actually,
right.
if she would, I wish she would have, but if she would have brought your bank statements, they would have showed in her bank statements what I'm saying. Every
Okay.
time that I bought something within either
$5,520.12. ACV content settlement. What is ACV content settlement?
there was 2, I'm not quite sure if that one is for the insurance. I got hit by a drunk driver, and then my house burnt down less than a year afterward, and I got life. That's what happens. But then I also got money from an insurance settlement from the house burning down.
But Steve, what I'm looking at is $5,500, but I proved to me that it went to Jennifer.
I don't believe it's my place to prove she went to Jennifer, but she's saying I had no income. If that's not income, then I don't know what is. That's money. That's my money.
Well, this is
that I
just
had.
income that you have.
Oh, correct.
You're just proving to me that you have money, not
Correct.
that you paid her anything.
I don't know her anything to pay her anything.
All right, Mrs. Jeffers, come on up. How is it that you're here?
I'm just a witness for the night that he almost got arrested.
Talk to me.
Jennifer had stated or called the police and said that he was following her in his vehicle. And later on that evening, he was in my vehicle and we were actually going to get together with the family. And they were going to arrest him.
Do we have a date on this?
This would be
The weekend of the 22nd, I believe. It was the weekend right before.
22nd of what?
August.
Your Honor, I have the
Just a
police
minute.
report.
You have what?
I had the police report from that.
Okay, let's see
evening.
it. All right, so there's an incident here that involved the police.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's
Hillsborough Police Department, violation of order of protection. Did you have an order of protection?
Yes.
yes, I have that right here.
How did you get an order of protection against him?
Because the day that we broke up, he had left a couple threatening messages on there. One was, "You're going to get yours. We'll make this the hard way, or this, the hard way or the easy way. We're going to find you in a ditch somewhere. I want my stuff." He had already picked up his personal belongings.
Did they arrest him?
They did not arrest him. There was a large amount of marijuana found within his belongings.
There was marijuana found in his belongings?
Yes, which put my...
What's that got to do with your situation and whether or not you were the victim of a crime?
Because I have 2 children, I live in public housing, and if he's going to do this thing and he's going to have that kind of stuff, then he needs to take himself someplace else. He jeopardized me, my children, my home, my stability, everything.
All right, Jennifer Hopley, emergency order of protection, Montgomery County Courthouse. The respondent is prohibited from committing further acts of abuse or threats, is ordered to stay away from petitioner. All right, and I assume that this is the order that you sought to violate based upon what Mrs. Jeffers is about to testify to. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there's an order of protection issued against you, Steve, and then a violation.
As far as that, there was an actual hearing just like we are sitting here today, and he dismissed her.
Boy, we got a lot of evidence here. Witnesses sworn, testified, plaintiff Jennifer. Who's Gutierrez? Sherry?
That's me.
That's you. The court finds insufficient evidence to support entry of plenary order, emergency order of protection terminated, request for plenary order denied.
And if I may say something, if I was so harassed and if I was so going to kill her and do whatever she said that I was going to do, any judge with any common sense would automatically take that.
Well, thank you for your piece of advice. I already know that.
Oh, well.
Now, you are suing for the phone bills for $212. Sherry, did you figure it out? Because I'm not going through it.
It's about $200 and some dollars.
Okay.
And this is from eBay also, and it states on there about they looked it up for me. So I'm highlighted in green is.
Dear Jennifer, thank you for contacting PayPal. It appears your debit card was added to an account. This is all the money that he put on your PayPal, right?
It's not my PayPal. It's
my
his
PayPal account.
It's your
his-
PayPal.
Yes, my
But it's
eBay
my
account
card.
and my PayPal account.
But it was my card.
Her
that he
debit
used.
card. That
But
I
it was
used.
your card that was used. Why are you
Yes.
using your debit card?
I didn't have one at the time, and she volunteered it for me, and I was paying her for it. So
And when
it's
is the
no big
last
deal.
time that he used it?
The end of May, because I had to close that card out because.
But you did close it out.
I did.
All right. Okay. As far as this court is concerned, you don't deny that you use the PayPal account to make eBay purchases.
Not at all. Not
Okay. And you don't deny that she put you on her cell phone plan.
at all. My phone was on her plan, yes.
And that you are also suing for her lying to the police and for emotional stress. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what lied to the police as it relates to the violation of the order of protection?
The original order of protection was a total lie. The fact that she tried to get me arrested
But the
weekend
truth
before,
is that the original order of protection was issued by a court. And
Correct.
if you're going to sue anyone, you got to sue the court. You don't sue her. The issue is whether or not the defendant is liable to the plaintiff for breach of contract, conversion of her property, and pain and suffering, and whether the plaintiff is liable to you for emotional distress and lying to the police. I think I have already indicated to you what my ruling is on your counterclaim. And it is undisputed that the plaintiff added you to her cell phone bill. It's undisputed that the relationship ended with her basically saying you're out of the house on the day of the funeral when you were IMing Mrs. Jeffers. She further claims that he used her PayPal account without her permission. He's saying whenever I used it, I paid for it. Now, the defendant says that he paid for the phone. She's saying he didn't have any money to pay for the phone. As far as I'm concerned, he may have or he may not have. I am going to give you the benefit of the doubt on this one and give you $212 for the cell phone based upon the circumstances. Now, the eBay purchases. He's saying that he paid it, and it appears from what's here that everything that was bought was paid for. You're saying that it was paid for from your debit account. And you're saying that you paid her for it, but you can't prove it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to give you $1,134 for that eBay bill. Now, pain and suffering, $3,600, not a chance. You know what? When you make a decision to go with a guy, all right, to let him move into your house, he was good to you, he served a purpose, count your blessings, get out of the relationship. All right. And now you should learn that you don't let somebody in who isn't paying for half the bills, isn't paying for the cell phone, and isn't paying and spending his day on eBay using your debit card. What's wrong with you? And you move on with your life. Verdict for the plaintiff.